Bro, this is not like, this is supposed to be there. That's a shirt that I use for my painting. Please don't think that my room is dirty. Like, it's not. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy King Jumo back at it again with another video. And today, I mean, like I say all the time, y'all see the title, y'all know what I'm talking about. So you want to get started in the gym. Let me start off by saying no. I'm not a personal trainer. I didn't major in health science or anything like that. I'm just a regular guy like you that has been working out. And, you know, I feel like I gained a little bit of confidence. Plus, I post on my Instagram and TikTok all the time, and people usually ask me a lot of questions on how to get started anyway. And I did work in the gym for nearly a year. So, for me, I feel like, you know, not that I have the qualifications, but like I have at least a little bit of knowledge that I can share with people who don't know when or where to get started. So now that I got that out the way, let me also give another preface. Everybody is different. Now you may think that that's common knowledge, but sometimes people forget about that whenever they're trying to start out at the gym. Everybody is different. So just because you see somebody doing one thing on Instagram doesn't mean if you do that exact same thing that your body's going to turn out the exact same way. It'll have the same effect, but your body will look different because, like I said, and we'll keep saying, everybody is different. Okay, so you don't know where to start. Well, at a gym. Realistically, if you're first starting out, I always say go to Planet Fitness. Maybe a little bit biased because that is the gym that I used to work at. But on a real note, it is a good starter gym. If you don't know what you're doing or if you don't really have any idea of where to start, they're a pretty good place to start at. The prices are cheap. They do have trainers there that'll, if you take their class, they'll be able to help you out with whatever goals that you have. I'm not giving them too much credit though. Get them out the way. If you don't know me by now, then you'll probably get that this video is going to be pretty scattershot. I don't write anything down. One question I get a lot is how did I get motivated and how do I stay motivated? And realistically, I got motivated because I just wasn't happy with the way that I looked. Now, I'm still not entirely all the way there, but your boy's looking pretty good now. I can't really say much. Like, I mean, how do I stay motivated? One of the big things that I tell people to do all the time, take pictures. If not every time you go, then at the very least, you should be taking pictures once a week. That way, even if you don't feel like you're making any progress, if you look back at the pictures, you can see where you started and where you're at now. Like, realistically, I started working out back in high school because my mom had a membership and she was allowed to bring a guest. So I was just going with her. She wasn't taking it very seriously, though. So I've been on and off with the gym for, dang, how old am I? It doesn't matter how long it's been. But last February is when I really started to be more consistent. And as of this February, well, today is July 8th. So it's been a year and 5 months of consistency for me. Like strict consistency. So yes, the pictures are what really keep me going. Even if I'm in the gym and I'm in there and I'm like, oh my God, this isn't really going well. Like, I just don't know what I'm doing. If I look back at what I used to look like, I'll be like, okay, wow, yeah, I've made a big difference. And even if you don't notice it at first, like, even if it's just a subtle difference, it's still a difference. Like, these things don't come overnight, bro. You got to take your time with this. Something I forgot to say while I was initially recording the video is, and hear me out with this one, right? Wear less or more revealing clothing when you're going to the gym. The reason being is because you can see which parts of your body you're working, see like the muscles, feel me? Like when you, trust me, when you're getting into the gym and you're wearing clothes that show the muscles that you're working on and you see the pump while you're working out, that's just going to motivate you to keep going. That's just a little quick thing. You know, obviously you have to be comfortable with yourself enough to be doing that, or, you know, that's also a self-confidence thing. But I highly recommend it. Anyway, back to whatever else I was saying. I don't remember. Another thing too is like, just keep trying. You have to keep trying. You will get discouraged. You will absolutely get discouraged. You can't go up to anybody that's been in the gym and ask them if they've never been discouraged and they'll be like, yeah, no, that's never happened to me. Like, you're not always going to be consistent, and that's okay. You are human. You're allowed to make some mistakes. You just got to pick it back up and just keep pushing forward. Now, obviously, everybody's in the gym for their own personal reasons, whether it's to build muscle, to lose fat, whatever else, you know, strength training, endurance training, this, that, and the third, whatever. You just got to figure out exactly what it is that you're doing and figure out a routine that works for you. All right, so I'm going to talk about muscle building right now real quick. If you're in the gym to build muscle, you need to lift heavy weights. Ladies, that means you. If you're in the gym trying to grow a dump truck, you got to lift heavy. I know a lot of the times women have this whole misconception of, oh, I don't want to lift heavy because I don't want to get big and look too muscular and look too much like a man. I promise you, once you really get into it, like, you're not going to think like that anymore. It doesn't. I've talked to a lot of women that have been in the gym. Like, you stop thinking like that. Plus, who cares? cares? Also, another thing too, you'll go on Instagram or TikTok or whatever and see a bunch of people giving out rep amounts, like rep ranges. Should probably explain what a rep is. So a rep is short for repetition. If I take this, do that, that is a rep. If I do this 5 times, that is a set. You did 1 set of 5 reps. Feel me? Like how I have one hand with 5 fingers. It's something like that. Did that make any sense? A hand? Fingers? Man. Anyway, so a lot of times you'll see on social media like, oh, do 6 to 10, do 10 to 15 reps, blah, blah, blah. Realistically, what you should be doing, those are good numbers to start with, but if you're doing heavy weight and you feel like you're like lifting it and you can't go anymore, that's where you should really be at. If you're using a lighter weight, then yeah, you can do more reps. But if you're lifting heavier and you really want to see more muscle definition, more muscle build, get bigger, you're going to end up doing less reps. And that's okay as long as you're going what we call to failure. Failure is, like I said before, that feeling when you really just can't bring it back up anymore. That's what failure is. Now for protein. If you want to build muscle, you have to increase your protein intake. Again, like I said before, everybody is different, but the general range that I've seen for really anybody is between 150 and 200 grams of protein per day, which ties me into eating. Yeah, you're actually gonna have to eat a lot more than you think, but you know, we'll get to that later. And yes, 200 grams of protein per day is a lot. Like, you don't really realize how much that is until you actually are in the middle of trying to get that many grams of protein. But what I will say, there are a bunch of things to help with that. And it doesn't just have to be the stereotypical meals that you see, like the chicken and rice, blah, blah, blah. You can freestyle it however you want to, as long as you're eating properly. Protein shakes, chicken, any type of meat, really. Just do your research, see what you like, see what recipes you like. And yeah, now on to weight loss or fat loss, calorie burning, whatever you want to call it. When you're working out, you're burning calories, not fat. I don't know the exact science behind it, but they are linked. So, you know, it is still a good thing. But one question that I used to get very, very frequently when I worked at the gym, usually coming from older women: how do I lose all of this back fat right here? How do I get rid of this? What machine will work out my back so that I lose all of these rolls? That's not how that works. I'm sorry to tell you that. The way you build muscle and lose weight comes down to genetics. So you cannot target one area to lose fat in, because that's genetic. Now you can build muscle in that area that'll help even it out, but at the end of the day, you're not gonna necessarily lose fat from that one area. So lifting weights, doing cardio, and eating less is going to help you lose the weight that you want to lose. And consistency. Consistency is key. Remember that. Okay, so now back to the eating. Like I said earlier, you are actually going to have to eat. But like I literally just said maybe like 3 seconds ago, if you're trying to lose weight or you're trying to cut, be in a deficit, whatever, you just have to eat less. And when I was first starting out and I would hear everybody say, oh yeah, just eat less, that's all you have to do, just go into a calorie deficit. Like, it sounds easy, and it is easy, but being on the receiving end for somebody that's like not used to that, then yeah, it's gonna sound crazy. Now, like I said, you are still supposed to be eating. But again, do your own research into how many calories somebody of your size, height, weight that you're currently at, and weight that you're trying to get to. Like, for me, there are calculators out there on the web that you can use to figure all of that stuff out. And a lot of the times you'd be surprised. You're supposed to still eat more than a lot of people normally eat anyway. I know plenty of people that are trying to lose weight that realize that, hey, I'm actually not eating as much as I'm supposed to be eating anyway, which is not good for you, by the way. Like, you're still supposed to eat. I can't stress that enough. Please eat. So those are just the basics. I know I really didn't get too specific into any one thing, but that's because that's what I said I was going to do at the beginning of the video. And again, a lot of it comes down to who you are as a person, your genetics, what you're trying to accomplish, this, that, and the third. There are plenty of YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, whatever other app videos out there where people give workout plans and stuff like that that you can follow, as well as dieting and protein intake and other things like that, supplements as well. The most I can do as a person is give a recommendation to you based off of what worked for me. But if you take it and it doesn't work for you, then, you know, that's just what it is. I will say though, if you're trying to grow them quads, bro, sissy squats. I only did them twice. Sissy squat. Let me show you. Real time, bro. My legs did not look like that a couple weeks ago. I'll tell you what, sissy squats, bro, I used them on the hack machine. I'm getting carried away. But yeah, you know, also having a good support group really helps. Me and a bunch of my friends, I'm in a workout group chat with one group of friends, and then other people, we just send workout videos back and forth to each other, like dietary videos, stuff like that. You know, how often should you be at the gym? Again, that depends on what you're doing. You have to listen to your body. Ideally at least 3 times a week, but I wouldn't say any more than 5. Your body needs time to rest. That's something that a lot of people don't understand. If you're gonna be in the gym 6 days a week and only give yourself 1 day to rest, that's not really good, because your body can't properly process what's happening. The muscles can't rebuild themselves if you're not giving them time to. Also give your time to rest between sets. If you sat here and picked up this 10-pound dumbbell 20 times and then you give yourself 5 seconds to rest before you lift it another 20 times, yeah, you're kind of crazy. I don't know who told you to be doing that, but you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Ideally, between sets, you would get between 1 to 2 minutes of rest. There's a myth going around that your body will cool down and you need to warm it up again before you start. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Just you're literally just put it down. A minute is not going to change nothing. Get yourself some rest and then go back into it. You'll be rejuvenated. You have a little bit more energy. You can do more. But at the end of the day, it's up to you to do whatever it is that you're trying to do. If you've made it this far into the video, you don't have to comment this, but I want you to ask yourself, what exactly are you working towards? What change do you want to see within yourself? And once you have that answered, what's stopping you from getting there? Anyway, y'all, thank y'all for listening. This has been your boy, King Jumo. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Please, please, please. Also, check out my website for any art, if you would like any art and clothes and stuff, but primarily the art. Yeah, and I'm signing off. I know you feel honey when I treat you like you say I want it.